Hey boys and girls, wake the kids, phone the neighbors. It's time for another episode of Cool Kenny 1965. But before we get started, you know what we got to do? Clean up. Cool. That'll save us some time. All right, for today's build, I'm going to build something that's really cool. When I showed it to Amy, she nearly flipped out. The mini wheelbarrow planter. Look at that. Would you look at that? All right, so I know a lot of people have made these. Most of the times they're 3 foot long. I thought I'd make a smaller version and kind of make it a little bit more contoured. I like it. Amy likes it. Let's get started. Okay, parts list. We need one piece, 10 and an 8 at the top, right, 8 and an 8 at the bottom, corner to corner. This angle is a 10-degree angle on your miter saw. I need that piece right. No, cool. All right, then the back piece is going to be 6 3/4 at the top and 6 3/8 at the bottom. This is going to be a 5-degree angle here on your miter saw, and I need that piece right. Now, the side piece is going to be 13 3/4 long point to long point and 8 inches short point to short point. This angle on your miter saw, put this against your fence. This angle is 45 degrees. This angle is 22.5. After you cut your angles, from this corner you're going to measure down 3 5/8. Put a mark there. Then you're going to measure from this corner down to here 6 1/2. Put a mark there, and then connect the dots and cut that line, and that'll give you that odd angle. So that's your sides and back, and I need those right here. Cool. All right, and then we need these two pieces, which are going to be 20 1/2 long, and then we'll modify them. They're 3/4 of an inch thick and 1 inch tall, and I need those right. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's a cross. Nice. All right. Hopefully this build will make it. All right, and then legs. We need 2 pieces, 1 1/4 by either 3/4 or half. This was half. The one we're going to build will be 3/4 of an inch thick, and then the length is 3 3/8. I need 2 of those right. Let's put them over here. Cool. All right. And then for the bottom, these go at kind of a slight angle. That angle is going to be a 7-degree angle. So I go from long point to long point. So I need 3 of them. They're different sizes. First one's going to be 6 1/16. Second one's going to be 7 3/8. Third one's going to be 6 13/16. And they're 3/4 inch thick and 2 inches this way. And I need all 3 of those right. Cool. All right, and then the wheel. The wheel is 5 1/2 across, so we need a piece of scrap of some type that's at least 5 1/2, so we can make a circle out of that. And I need that. Put it right on the clipboard, right? What in the heck, man? Shame on you. That's not funny. You're in timeout. All right, let's get this cleaned up, and we'll get to work. We'll make you do your own dirty work. Put these cans back up there now. Cool. Enough of those shenanigans, okay? You didn't give me my 100 million, so you owe me. Let's get it together. First, I want to show you how to make the wheel. Easiest way to make a circle, first of all, you want to mark where the center of your wheel is going to be. 5 1/2. Half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. You put your mark at 2 3/4. Then put a cross hatch there, and then you nail that right under that spot. And you take your pencil and you trace, spin this stick around on nail, a perfect circle. Make sure you do it good and dark because it's easier to see the line when you're cutting it. All right, then pop your board off, get rid of that. Miss. All right, and then take our handy dandy jigsaw. Make room for the jigsaw. Jigsaw right now. Cool. All right. So I'll plug that bad boy in. Let's get it clamped down. Give yourself plenty of room to cut, so you're not having to fight it like I'm fighting this clamp. Bad clamp. See you later. Don't forget to write. Right on, here we go. Alright, there's your wheel. Thank you, Magic Jigsaw. It's been a big help. Let's get the base of our booger started here. Alright, so we're going to take the front piece, and I'm giving this the front because it's got more character. That'll go like that. This, that, and the other. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm running this piece of wood up to that point there, where this doesn't stick up past that. And then once I'm done, I round this part off, make it not so sharp. You can see I did it here. I do the same in the back there. Let's get started. So this nail gun, I have 1 3/4 rad nails in there. Probably get by with 1 1/4 or 1.5 inches, but I like using these because it's really strong. You do get some bangers, but it won't matter because you can just bend them back and forth and break them off. So, all right, first off, one side. All right, it's a little tricky because of all the angles. So just take your time. Don't throw stuff across the room. Don't get mad. And do not nail your fingers. And always make sure you turn the machine on. Idiot. All right, not a banger. Not yet. Don't get cocky. All right, I'm going to nail our other side on. Cool. All right, so it should look something like that. Slightly inward, groovy. Next, we're going to go with our back piece. And this will be the back because it has more character than that. Not only is it tapered this way, I tapered it this way a little bit also to match that angle. So what you can do is once you get your angle cut on your miter saw, move it out a little bit and tilt it up. Hold your finger underneath it so it's touching your table here and it's off the table here, but your finger's underneath it. And then up against your fence and shave it like that, and that'll give you a slight bevel this way rather than trying to figure out that compound miter. I did both sides that way. It fits a little tighter there. It's not perfectly tight, but it's good enough to where the glue will cover and nails will hold it, and everything will be grand with the world. In my world anyway. So I do what I want. I'm gonna get it started with my pin nailer so I don't nail my fingers. This is a little bit intricate. I've got 1-inch nails in this, so they're just kind of temporary. So I can line this up. This bad boy here, Bad Boy Jones. Cool. All right, now we can lean it up like this. You may have to twist it a bit to get it where you want it. Just get it temporary. Cool. All right, cool. Coming together. All right, now let's get our bottom pieces, and those will go as such. 1, 2, and 3. And those will go flush with the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and nail those on real quick. Like I said, those have a slight angle too. We went over the angles earlier. And then what I did also, since it angles this way also, when I made my cuts on the miter saw, I put it up against the fence and I leaned it up a little bit to where this is flat on the saw and this was up off the saw a little bit. Cut it like that to give it a slight angle that way also. Just a very slight. I think it was like 1/8 of an inch at the top to where you hit the point at the bottom when you cut it. Gets it a lot closer because this one's got some gaps. Now on this one, ran some more glue in there. That'll be all right because it's just a planter and that'll be hidden by plants. Let's go. That one's a little loose, but that's all right. Because I do what I want. And we're going to have 1 3/4 nails holding it in, so it's not like it's going to come apart. And again, I'm putting the part with character up. That's ugly. That's cute. So you might cut yours a little bit long at first, and then you can always adjust it if you need to cut them down a little bit. Shave a little bit off at a time. And third turd. Like I said, just cut yours a little bit long at first, and then adjust it as you go. Oh, she gone. These little pin nails are directional, so make sure you get the pointed edge down, or you'll jam your gun. You can barely see the arrows pointing. All right, now let's give them the old 1-2. Whoop, banger. Cool. Hey folks, I want to take a moment to talk to you about back problems. You know, we're all working in these shops and we're bending over a lot, our backs are hurting. Some of us, like me, have back problems. Now there's an easy solution for back pain relief. In the next clip I show you, I'm going to demonstrate our head-up spinal decompression device. It's a simple device you can put in your living room. It's adjustable, fits your body, and watch the video. Okay, so this is what I was referring to. This is my patented head-up spinal decompression device. The reason we call it that is because you're not having to hang upside down. Your head is in an upright position and you get spinal decompression the same way you would as if you were hanging upside down on an inversion table. Alright, so basically all you do is you adjust the legs for your height, and you can use this in the standing position or the seated position. I like to do it in the seated position because it stretches my spine more. And then you adjust the arms here for your torso, and you basically just lower yourself onto the device, and then you relax your lower body, and you can feel it stretching your spine, and man, it feels so good after a day of working, bending over and all that work you're doing, and your back gets sore, you're carrying stuff. It's just a lot of strain on your back, but this thing really stretches it out, man. I can feel it right now. It feels great. So just go to our website and I'll leave a link down below. Thank you and God bless. All right, got one banger. Remember what I said about tools being in their place? Oh, I did a boo-boo. That's where it belongs. All right, next we're going to do the two bottom pieces, arms basically. Okay, so what I like to do, these have the blue on them, so I'm going to put that up so you see it on the top. Remember, give it character. All right, so what I'm going to do is the cap on the glue. So we have from this corner to here where you're going to start is 1 3/8. So we're going to go from this corner over 1 3/8. We're going to put a mark right there, 1 3/8 in that corner. We're going to put a mark right there. Okay, so that is where this will start. So I'm going to put a mark there also so we don't get it wrong. And then on the front, from here to that corner, we're going to go 3 inches. So we'll go 3 inches from here to there, and then 3 inches here. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my stick on this line and that line, and then I'm going to make a straight line there, straight line here. That way we don't get it wrong. So do the same here, there to there. That. All right, how can you get it wrong? All right, now for everybody's favorite part, sanding. Magic belt sander right here now. Cool. Well, I should have had it plugged in, but can't be too lazy. I have a handy dandy shim and making it stay on. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so I just basically measured down about 2 inches and basically sanded it smooth like a little handle. Then I just lightly went over this with the sander and then sanded the corners slightly to make them less sharp. Now on the bottom end where the wheels go through on each side, I kind of rounded those a little bit too, to give it a little softer edge. Got to sand the wheel and make it a little bit smoother. Alrighty, the little legs, give them a little bit of a sanding. For the wheel, what I did was, I took a piece of material 3/8 by 3/8 and I took a washer that was about a 3/8 inch hole in it. So I clamped this washer to the stool. This is not my trick, I saw it done on YouTube before, so I decided to try it and it worked. It's kind of tough getting your washer on the right though. You got to get it barely on the edge. Crank it down real tight. I'm going to put this in a drill and you're just going to run it through that hole. And you just made a 3-inch dowel. It's got a little bit of a square edge, but I'm not worried about that. Once I glue it in, it's not going anywhere. Now watch out, that washer's going to be hot down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, she's hot. Melted to the stool. Get off there. Now we want the hole here to be loose around the dowel. So I'm going to drill, make sure we get our hole centered. Should be that same spot, 2 3/4, or 2 3/4. I'm gonna do a pilot hole with a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna take the bit that's slightly bigger round than this, and we're going to drill our hole out. Alright, so that should, hold on loosely. She keeps her rolling. She keeps her rolling on down the line. So last time I nailed these on before I drilled my hole for that one so I could get it straight across, because these are at an angle, but you want the hole to be parallel with this. About 5.5 inches from here to this board here. The glue, fool. Alright, line it up with our lines there. And a 5.5 inch line there. Groovies. Alright, so coming together. No wheels. Okay, now from the front we're going to go back 1.25 inches to where the center of the hole is going to be. At this point we need to get a straight edge. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, run it from that line over. You're going to eyeball it to make sure it's parallel with this, or this here. The wheel gets on straight. Here, and you're just going to draw a straight line like that, because that's how you're going to drill. You're going to drill straight through. And we're going to find center there, center this way. So we're aiming it towards this line over here. All right, then we're going to go on the other side and do the same thing. So we're going to find center this way. We're going to drill parallel with that line. What we need to do first is really test hole a piece of scrap wood. Make sure you drop your wood 10 times too. That one's perfect. And we're going to drill straight on through. Take our wheel. First off, let's arc our dowel. Cut that to size real quick. And that kind of sand the corners a little bit. Makes it easier to go in. Don't have to fight it as much. We're going to put some glue in one of the holes. And we're going to take our pencil and kind of wipe it around the hole. And then we're going to take our dowel, we'll push it through to that side. You may have to smack it a little bit with a hammer. Just be careful that you don't knock your legs loose. Sometimes it's best to hold it by this. That way you're not knocking the legs loose from the body. Get it through just enough so you can put your wheel on. And then tap, tap, tap. And grab the other side. Before you get it in all the way, put a little glue on this one. Wrap it around and tap her on in. Now, what I like to do, take the 1-inch nails in this little pin nailer, and where that dowel is, I'll nail through here into that dowel, like this here. And that'll keep that dowel from coming out. Same on this side. Boom shakalaka. Alright, make sure all your joints are tight. We're not done yet. 2 little legs. Alright, so those basically just go here. I mount them on the outside of the arm and flush with this back piece right here. Just like that. Glue here. A little bit of glue there. Those are just toenail with this little gun. By the time that glue dries, it won't go anywhere. Alright, next. Alrighty then, and there you have it, the mini wheelbarrow. Put your plants in there, go about your day. I'll round these off a little bit on my sander here and here, but other than that, that's it. I might just hit it real lightly with a sanding block, and there you go. So if you were going to batch these out, personally I would make a template for each piece. Maybe not the arms or the wheels, but the sides and the backs here, maybe these also, because you do have to do some tweaking on them once you get it together. I had to do tweaking on almost every single one. Sometimes I cut these a little short, so once you get it perfected, I would probably make a template of each piece, kind of like this. Cool. So I made a template of the sides, so it makes it a lot easier. That way if I forget the angles, I just put this on my table saw and kick the table saw to find out what angle that is and what angle this is. Same with the front and back. Make a template of those pieces, stick them together, write template real big on there with a marker so you don't use that for your wheelbarrow. And anyway, I think it's pretty cool. Everybody seems to like them. First showed it to Amy, she really liked it. Keep on building. Alright, so if you haven't liked, subscribed, shared, ring the bell, left a comment below, please do so. It really helps our channel. In the infamous words of Red Green, if the women don't find you handsome, they might as well find you handy. For our next build coming soon, we'll make it another cool one. Can he do it? Stick around and find out.